You're watching Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Around Town is sponsored by Chemung Canal Trust Company. They're really nice people. Trust is their middle name. Service is their motto. And I like them a lot, and that's why I bank there. If you ever come by to look me up, I'll be in the vault. Safe place. In Hammondsport, there's a wonderful place called the Cinnamon Stick. And if you like shopping, this is a place where you cannot leave without buying many things, and the prices are terrific. And the woman who runs it, who created all of these things, and who is the inspiration behind it, is Terry Pinese. And her husband is the dentist next door, in case you want to make a dual visit. Tell me all about this. How did you come up with this? You have such nice warm hands.
Oh, thank you,
It's
Mr.
cold
Dormann.
out. My hands got
cold.
cold
Out today.
Yeah.
It is
we'll
cold out today.
Hold hands while we talk.
But it's nice and sunny in here.
It's always sunny in here because you're here.
Oh, well,
How's
thank
that,
you so much.
Huh?
Thank you so much.
Tell us all about what made you do this?
I actually, way back in 1983, a friend of mine and I decided that we wanted to start a business in Hammondsport. And this other young lady has a background in catering and gourmet food services. And we thought it would be fun to start a little store. And we actually started over in a different location from where we are now. We were over where the Cuca Lake olive oil company is. And we started in that very small space, and the business became successful. People liked what we had.
You've got 1.5 buildings now.
Yes.
The top floor of your husband's office.
Yes.
And you've got all kinds. Is this Christmas?
This is
on the whole floor?
Not just all Christmas. Part of our second floor is Christmas. Part is fall, Halloween, and Thanksgiving, and part is everyday items.
But wait till you see what they have downstairs. And they have an upside-down Christmas tree behind us. Can you imagine that?
That is something. Everybody likes that upside-down tree.
Who came up with that idea?
It was just from a company that we purchased things from, and the girls that work for me saw it and liked it and said, "Can we get it?" And I said, "Sure." And they change the design of it every year. So every year there's a different theme on that tree.
She's so wonderful. You got to come by and see her when you come. But tell us downstairs. You have a lot of things, a lot of local things downstairs.
Yes. Downstairs
and
we
local
have
things here too.
Gourmet food. And we also have gift items downstairs. We have jewelry. We have Melissa and Doug children's products, which are wonderful educational and play toys. We have carried that line probably for 3 years now, and it's very, very successful for us.
And you do all the buying and deciding yourself?
Well, my two full-time employees came with me this year to a big gift show in Atlanta, and they helped me do a lot of the buying. It's very hard to make all the decisions by yourself.
But you've got a lot of local products.
We do. We like to feature our local products. We have salad dressings by Chef Richard Lehrman, who I believe started out as a chef at the Snug Harbor and then moved over to the Village Tavern. And now I believe he's devoting his semi-retirement to just working on his salad dressings, and he does a wonderful barbecue sauce and a hot sauce as well. We also carry honey from a local beekeeper. That's Wixon's Honey over in the Dundee area. It's a wonderful honey, and again, that changes with the seasons. And we have Cuca Lake coffee roasters, which is a very, very good selling item for us. They're a local young couple over in the Penn Yan area that roast the coffee over there. And they have several different flavors, and they always come up with seasonal flavors. This one is Cuca Sunset Blend, which is one of their house blends.
And they use nice names.
Yes, and they use a lot of organic coffee beans. This is one that is certified organic. The jewelry is made by a local young woman over in Bath. Her name is Lori Skelly, and she runs a business called Silver Lining Jewelry in Bath. And she, I believe she works for the county, and this is kind of her second business on the side. But she does beautiful Cuca Lake necklaces and bracelets, and this one has just the shape of the lake.
Is this expensive?
No, it isn't. The bracelets sell for $25. The silver necklaces sell for $50, but she also does copper and bronze, which are a little lower in price. She does earrings. She does a beautiful job. She's wonderful.
And you're not expensive either.
I try not to be. I try not to be. And then we also have, this is a new line for us. This is a line of wine jellies made by a gentleman over in Penn. And this one is orange with lavender and, boy, I can't read that. I don't have my glasses. Can you read that word?
Guess what? I've got to take my glasses out, but let me take a look.
Oh, boy. I think Riesling. Orange, lavender,
Hip
Riesling?
Jam, orange, lavender, Riesling.
Riesling, okay. And it's just beautiful. It has pieces of orange peel in it. It's made with the Riesling wine. And then we have another company. It's called Kiss by the Sun. And this is out of the Buffalo area. And they do a line of wonderful spices and seasonings. A lot of them are salt-free, all natural products. And, you know, that's pretty much what we have from our local suppliers. But we're always looking for, you know, people in the area that have products that would fit in with our store.
I think you're wonderful because you have this natural ability to talk to the audience.
Oh, I don't know about
the camera.
that.
You're chatting with them.
I try, you know. I guess I've never been accused of not having enough to say. But
now, what's the address here?
The address here is 26 Mechanic Street on the Village Square in Hammondsport. We're located right next to my husband's dental office, Dr. Pinese, and then right next to him on the corner is the Village Tavern, which is also a wonderful local restaurant. Mm-hmm. I feel very strongly about supporting local business. I think that, you know, we're all small businesses, and unless we support each other, nobody's going to make it. So sure. I feel very strongly about supporting the businesses in town and in Bath and Penn, and they support us in turn.
Sure. What's the phone number?
The phone number is 607-569-2277.
And do you have a website?
I have a website. It is.
I knew you'd have a website.
Right now it's in the process of being redone because it is, there are some items on there which we don't have any longer, so I have someone that's working with me to update the website. But it's cinnamonstick.com in case anybody's interested in looking, but it's not really up to date right now.
When you come into the store, it's kind of a mind-boggling array of all kinds of wonderful things just from the front entrance right through the first floor, and even more so up here on the second floor. Yes,
we have, we try to have a little bit of everything and, you know, to appeal to a wide variety of customers. We have our local customers, of course, who really are the heart of our business. And then during the summer and fall, we have our tourists that come to the area and the people who may be on the lake for the summer. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we love their business and we love our local business. And that's how we can survive with a combination of the two. And we do stay open right through the winter.
We do.
We are open every day, winter, spring, summer, and fall. I think it's hard to develop a local base of customers if you shut down for part of the year. And I know some of the businesses, you know, like some of the restaurants, you know, can't survive the winter, but we survive it. It's a struggle, but we, you know, we try to get through the winter. We offer sales and, you know, things to entice people to come in.
And that's because you're such a nice lady.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
And she really is a nice lady.
Thank you so much.
But when you come by, ask to say hello to her because she can tell you all of these things and she knows where and what are the best bargains, right?
I try. We have lots of new things coming in right now for spring. We've got a lot of our new spring merchandises out. We have, we have some new prints, some new wall art, home decor.
But you got to come and see it.
There's a lot to see. There's a lot to see. And our slogan, and one of our customers came up with this many, many years ago, is why go to the mall? We have it all.
Why go to the mall? We have it all.
We use that in our advertising.
I'm going to be here with her because she's an inspiration. She makes me really want to tink.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you here soon.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Life, it never stops moving, getting from here to there, managing long hours at work, juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online, bank with our mobile app, deposit a check with your smartphone, open an account at Chemung Canal, and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Like WENY News on Facebook for all your news, weather, and sports updates.
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
My heart is pumping wonderfully. And one of the interesting parts to learn about the heart is from the expert, and this is one of the great experts at Corning Hospital on the heart. Tell me your name. How do you pronounce it?
Thirumurti, Dr. Thirumurti.
Thirumurti.
Yeah. It's easier to say Dr. T also.
Dr. T. It's not a name you forget too quickly.
No, not like that, no.
But now, I've just learned something, because I thought that heart doctors, as the public would call them, not only know about the heart, but they operate, and that's not the case. You are the expert that precedes the operation.
Most of the time, yes. And most of the time we're able to do things. Cardiologists, not like myself, but with extra training, will go ahead and give you stents in your heart arteries. That does not require an operation. All it needs is to access the arteries inside the heart, and we do that with needles and catheters, basically.
And how do you avoid heart problems? By eating certain things?
Well,
Rest,
yes. Certainly,
mad sex?
There's a lot of risk factors, we call them. You know, there's a lot of risk factors, and start with your genetics, which you can't do much about, and your age. The other problems would be diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, lifestyle, very important, and cigarette smoking. So
what about cigar smoking?
Pretty much the same, almost.
I smoke a cigar a day.
Well, as long as you don't inhale, maybe you get less of it, but still, it's still worse than nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good idea to cut it out.
Oh, well. Got to listen to the doctor.
Right. Right.
Now, if they need to find out more things and want to make an appointment to see you or the cardiology department, where do people call?
They can call my office. It's 937-7123. The information is available on the web. They can call the hospital.
7123, that's an easy one.
Right. My office is now located in this building. It used to be in the Centerway building with all the other doctors. But now they've moved us here because we need to be closer in case of urgent problems with the hospital.
This is some amazing hospital. It's got everything in it, and it's the only hospital that's been built brand new in God knows how long. And they have
about 20
everything
years or more.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a place. And the people here are so nice.
They're supposed to be nice.
It's not like assembly line used to be.
Well, that's kind of the Guthrie philosophy. We like to treat people as we would like to be treated when we come in the door to any new place. You know, we understand people come here, they're sick, they're stressed out, they're in some kind of distress, and the last thing they need is somebody being not nice to them. So we make it a point to talk to ourselves and all the people that work with us that, you know, making a person feel like a person and feel comfortable is very, very important.
There must be, and just by human logic, there must be some doctors who are real pills, who are difficult personalities.
I couldn't say much about them.
No, I know you're not going to say anything. Actually, you wouldn't say anything about them, but how do you get those doctors to be trained to be likable?
Well, anymore, you know, people, the government is not going to pay you unless you're likable.
Very good point.
Well, you know, they go by patient satisfaction surveys. Press-Ganey's involved, and the patient needs to feel that they've had their questions answered, that they have their concerns addressed properly, and they've been treated well. And all these things count towards the doctor's perceived, you know, performance, and that all goes into how you get reimbursed by Medicare and other people.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
What are the problems you have in your field? Are there any now that you have this beautiful hospital?
In here, we can do it's still a community hospital. It's a small hospital. We can take care of people with heart attacks. We can, you know, do first aid kind of things. We can give them clot-busting medications. Most of the time, we end up shipping them to either Robert Packer, which is our home base, or to Arnott if the patient prefers. But the idea is to go in there and open up the artery that's blocked using catheters, and that has to be done within 60 minutes or less. That's our goal, once the patient rolls in the door. So if we can't get them in within 60 minutes, then we have to start this medicine, which is what we started using, clot-busting medications in the 1990s. We still use them, as a stopgap, and sometimes they work very well and you don't have to do anything else, and they open up the artery. Because most of the time the heart attacks are caused by mostly blood clots on top of an existing blockage.
And you mentioned that lifestyle will help prevent that.
Lifestyle changes are very important. Exercise regularly, you know, to avoid
How much?
eating.
How much? I hate exercise.
Well,
I have to
walking
walk.
is exercise too.
Yeah.
And if you could do 30 to 40 minutes, 4 to 5 days a week, that'll be great. Consistently, that's
walking.
important. Of walking, or
another
riding a
exercise.
bicycle, or elliptical machine, or whatever that's aerobic, or swimming, which is even better, if you like doing that. Controlling your blood pressure, controlling diabetes is very important. Making sure your cholesterol is not elevated is also very important. All those things do play a role. And I cannot overstress the importance of quitting smoking, because it is very, very critical. As you get older, your risk of having heart attacks, strokes, lung disease, cancer, all of these things are tremendously increased by smoking cigarettes.
You know, you look like a doctor should look.
Thank you.
You look very distinct. You have white hair, you have glasses.
I didn't do that on my own. I have to thank my father for that, I think.
You must have a lot of fun in what you do. Otherwise, you
I
wouldn't
do.
be
I
doing
enjoy it very much. It is a stressful job. It's demanding. It's long hours. Everybody, you know, wants our help at critical time because it's the heart. But I enjoy it. It's challenging and very rewarding. If people feel that they're being helped.
What's the most rewarding part?
People come in with, you know, serious heart
You actually
problems.
save lives.
I help. I'd like to think that I help. I'm not, you know who, but I do help as much as I can. What my
They
training
all say
allows
that,
me
but
to
you
do.
really are you know who.
I don't think so. I haven't walked on water yet. You know, the problem with recognizing heart disease and treating it, it does require a lot of training, a lot of extra work, you know, on top of your internal medicine training. And once you get to that point, it also requires a lot of experience. So thankfully, I have already come, you know, with 10 years to Guthrie, and I've been here another 6. So I feel very comfortable and confident whenever somebody comes in here and needs my help,
And
that
everybody
I can
knows
help them.
everybody knows everybody else.
Well, not necessarily, but they do know a lot. It's a small town, small
Yeah.
community, and that's the way, you know, I like it.
I don't blame you. I like it too.
I grew up in a small town myself,
Where?
in southern India,
Ah,
a place called Coimbatore.
ah.
Yep.
India is a wonderful country.
Well, thank you. It's also a very diverse, and it's really 20 different countries in one.
Yeah. Have you been back recently?
Almost every 2 years. This is
Really?
the last time I went, yeah.
Back home, or you go around to other places too?
Well, I haven't yet. I haven't toured in India in a long time. But
Now,
my
here's
kids
a
have.
loaded question.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever go and visit the Taj Mahal?
Yes, I did.
You did?
When I was in high
Because-
school.
Oh,
That was
really?
my school trip.
Ah.
I went and met the Prime Minister, whom you met as well. Well, she didn't talk to me personally, but she talked to our group. She stood behind us until we took a picture. And that was also the time of what they call the emergency. She imposed basically martial law for a month, and then consequently she paid the price. She lost the election.
Indira Gandhi.
Yes.
But then she got her son the job.
She didn't, actually.
She didn't?
People around her did.
Oh, really?
Yes, because she was assassinated, and people felt that, oh, no, we have to have another Gandhi in there. He wasn't really qualified, but he did.
See, all the things you learn about politics and everything else is, boy, always learns such interesting things, and he is a fascinating fellow. You ought to give him a call and come and see him just to learn how not, or just to learn how to stay alive, I was going to say it, just to learn how not
Keep
to
the
die.
heart healthy.
Keep the heart healthy. Heart healthy.
Do the
Good.
best you can. We're all going to die, but
Thank you. Well, I said the other day, I don't mind dying, I just don't want to be there when it happens.
you won't.
We'll see you soon.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Life, it never stops moving. Getting from here to there. Managing long hours at work. Juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online. Bank with our mobile app. Deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Yeah, it's going down. We about to live it up, y'all. Let's go.
It's a big world, and now we're loving this town. It's our turn, so put your hands up. We on the big screen, and everybody's here living out our dreams. Dreams, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Don't be scared, take a chance. Come on, give me a hand. It's time to laugh, time to smile. Now let's
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Soon you're going to hear music coming out from everywhere, because this is Chris. You're in a good mood.
I am.
This is Chris Broadwell, and he runs Ithaca Guitar Works.
That's correct.
And you sell a lot of things besides guitars, but if you should come here, he will give you a special deal on any kind of guitar that you want to buy. I haven't spoken to him about this yet, so this is a surprise, but hopefully he'll come through. Now it's all yours.
Well,
I admired last year, it must have been 5 years ago, we interviewed him, and his mustache was almost as big as now, and I've been jealous of him because I've always wanted to have a mustache. This is a magnificent mustache.
Well, thank you.
My wife wouldn't let me do it because it came out red.
Oh.
I had to get older for it to come out white.
Yeah, mine is turning white slowly.
Tell us about the guitars. You've got this shop is filled with empty cases, full cases, guitars hanging everywhere. Can you really make money selling only guitars? Or I asked somebody that question, and they said, well, in Ithaca, they buy guitars and then they go into the forest and play for the girls.
Ah.
Did you know that?
Well, the inspiration for playing guitars has always been girls since the dawn of time. So you play something for someone and hopefully they're attracted to you.
What do the girls play? Hard to get.
They can play guitar too. As a matter of fact, there's been some wonderful guitar heroes that are women the last few years, and we're excited about that. Taylor Swift plays guitar.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. And while she's not an Eddie Van Halen on the guitar, she does play guitar and writes songs, and it's wonderful.
And you play too?
I play a little bit too, yeah.
Can you give us a song?
Well, you know, maybe a little snippet of an instrumental or something in a minute.
Snippet, but tell us first what they should do, where you are, what the phone number is. Do you have a website?
Oh, cool.
And you know everything about guitars that anybody ought to know. And you have a great bunch of fiscal deals that they wouldn't want to miss.
Well, the wonderful thing about guitar too is that you can accessorize. There's lots of things that you'll need, from guitar picks to amplifiers to straps and music books, and you need to replace the strings. And a large part of our business is service too, because just like anything you buy, you know, they need attention once in a while, like your automobile or your hi-fi system or whatever. So guitars need new strings, and they need adjusting and fixing, you know. But they can always be fixed, and they'll work forever if you take good care of them.
You seem very serious.
I do?
Yeah.
Well, I take this job very seriously. It's a calling, and it's also an honor to supply music to the community and to the larger community.
You say that so nicely. When you were talking, I thought about all the accessories, and I thought to myself, gee, that sounds like my wife. She loves accessories.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell us now, what are you going to play?
Well, I've got an old 1965 Guild X50, and this came in trade yesterday. A wonderful man traded it in. It loves the guitar, but needed a different guitar to do what he's doing.
I see Antique Roadshow every once in a while, and they have old guitars, and one particular name stands out because they're very expensive and collector's items and something.
What name is that?
I wish I could remember.
Well,
it's the most famous guitar of guitars.
Mm-hmm. There are 3 American manufacturers, one of which is the oldest American
Gibson
family-owned company. You're close. It's Martin Guitars, and they were established by, you know, C.F. Martin the first back in 1833, and they're still owned by the same family, and they're not publicly traded or anything. Gibson, very good example. 1890 something they were founded, 1894, and then Fender guitars are also well known, and they came a little later. And there's several others that are still operating, and a lot of new ones.
You can play, and you teach people to play.
I don't teach people to play. I did occasionally give lessons, but my time is more spent, you know, administrating this business here.
Yeah. Here we go. Ready? Take it away. Do you sing too?
A little out of tune. You know, I do, but...
You do, really?
Yeah.
You must have a lot of fun here playing guitar and singing to yourself.
You know, it's sort of like the guys who work at the winery. You'd think they just sat around and drank wine all day. You can't. You're answering the phone, writing emails, just like any business. And I'd love to play more, so I play at home, I play with my kids. I have 2 sons that work with me here, and they're great help. They're wonderful. So,
if people want information or want to know something about the prices and everything else, where do they go? Do they call you up or on the web?
They can go to guitarworks.com. We've been on the web for over 20 years now. They can call us at 607-272-2602. They can email us from that website. They can find the email buttons. Info@guitarworks.com works. But
is there something that people need to know about taking care of a guitar? You said that was out of tune. What do you have to do to really watch out for your guitar? And are they as easy to take care of as other instruments?
The most important thing is if it's a very fine quality guitar, and even an inexpensive guitar, is to obviously keep it out of direct sunlight or in a hot car as much as possible. In the winter, keep it out of a very, very cold car. And from the time the heat goes on in your house in November or December, humidify that guitar or keep it in a cool room that's humidified, or a more humid room in your home. What happens when the heat comes on, it'll dry the wood out, and worst case scenario, the wood will start to crack. Things can happen. But it's the winter months around here that you have to worry the most about your...
You're a guitar doctor too.
We fix them, yep, yeah. We have a luthier that works for us.
A what?
A luthier is a person who either builds or fixes stringed instruments of all kinds.
I never knew that. Wow.
From violins to...
Yeah. Make a note. There's things you learn on television.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
You are a joy to see you once again. You never get old.
Oh, I do.
It must be the music that keeps you young.
It is. It is. It's the music. It's all about the music.
Do you have some good bargains in guitars?
They're tremendous bargains. We'll match pretty much all the prices that people find other places.
I should come and talk to you.
They should.
He's an old friend of mine for 5 or 6 years, and he's still just as young as can be.
Thank you so much.
And he sings too.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Come by. He's going to teach me to play a couple of chords.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So long.
You're watching WENY.